Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today's going to be looking at the new Honda Passport Trailsport Elite. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Honda here in Murray for giving me some time with this Passport. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town, 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, this green paint I think looks really cool, and I'm glad that Honda is doing some fun colors on this new Passport. You've got the new style of headlights, which are very boxy, and that's kind of the overall theme with this. Trailsport badge, you got Passport down below, stamped into the front there. We've got recovery points at the bottom, we've got fog lights as well. And putting it all together, it's definitely got a unique look. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 18, and you can see the wheels definitely have a rugged off-roader appearance, and those are real all-terrain tires. Like, this is going to be able to actually do some fun out in the mountains, desert, wherever you want to go. Anyways, we've got the big old fender flares there. You've got a bunch of cladding at the bottom. And then you notice the door handles are nice and painted. Same thing with the mirror. And it kind of has like a Range Rover look because of the boxiness. It's really cool. Now this leads us to the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the rear hatch, remote start. Got the Honda logo there on the back. And taking a look at the cargo space. So with the Passport, it's not that much smaller than a Pilot is, a little bit smaller, but you don't have a third row, so you've got tons of space here in the back. We also have an outlet as well. And so it's just extremely practical from a storage perspective, and the boxy design also helps out with the space. Really cool taillight design out back, and then you can see Trailsport down below. Got parking sensors there on the rear as well. And it's the rest of the rear. Now I think you guys will really like this interior, maybe it's just me. We've got this brown trim all throughout. You can see up above with that trim piece. And this continues onto the seats. Definitely high quality feeling. Durable. Good legroom, got a little storage pocket. Heated seats in the back. We also have our own climate zone. You can see USB ports as well as the outlet. And then again with that boxy design, we've got good headroom. Now this leads us up front where we've got soft touch here up top and then down below. All of our window controls here. The mirrors power fold in. You've got memory seats, more of that nice trim. Blind spot ring with the mirrors. For those of you that are off-roaders, 948's the payload. Similar to a Toyota 4Runner. But Trailsport there, you can see perforated trim all down the seat. Power adjustments on the side, and then got that to open up the hatch. And let's start it up. Boom. So Honda logo front and center on the steering wheel. You've got the heated steering wheel function there at the bottom, Trailsport. We've got our adaptive cruise control with our lane centering. You've got paddle shifters there on the back for the 10-speed. Volume voice command control setup. Regular stocks there on the back. And then we do have this nice digital gauge cluster. Now you've got two different screens that you can change what it displays, which is nice. So it's very customizable in terms of what you can view. And that's one of the big benefits of digital. And then it'll also show all the drive modes. You can see there's lots of different modes for different uses. And with the Elite, it looks like you get a 360 camera system, which is really nice for both on-road and off-road use. And then as for the infotainment system, it's quick to respond. It's got a shortcut bar there on the side. It is kind of plopped onto the dash, but at least you got this nice soft touch trim all around. And then they're going hard with the Passport logos. There's another one below the screen. We've got our climate controls here. You'll notice we've got tri-zone climate. We've got heated and ventilated seats. Some USB ports. We have a wireless phone charging pad. Got the little buttons for the transmission select, drive mode select, hill descent control, auto stop start, your parking brake and brake holds, and see the cup holders, more of that cool trim. And then this has a very big center console, so practical with that. The nice trim throughout. There's storage above the glove box too. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof. So here's our one sticker for the Passport Elite Trailsport. $54,355 is the total MSRP on this. And if you guys want me to do another comparison with another Toyota with the Elite versus, let me know. Because I did 4Runner and then Land Cruiser comparison. But anyways, let's see how this performs. And start her up. So, Passport Elite, the fancy one. And I said this before, I'll say it again. Because Honda made this boxy with the design, Gave it some off-road tires. People are going to compare this to stuff that you wouldn't normally think it'd be compared to. And also, you know how I said cool colors? They've got this orange one. It's not going to pop up on camera very well, but you guys can probably see it here. Cool colors. Like, that's fun. I think it's actually going to really help with selling these, because here's the deal. Like, I have a Land Cruiser, and you know, they've got Heritage Blue and they got like the Dust Storm color. Both of them, I mean, the Heritage Blue is kind of cool looking, but the sand color is not very good looking. So there's just not a lot of color options. Toyota's pretty finicky with color options, so I think Honda offering some cool colors right out of the gate is great. It'd be cool if they did that bright blue that you can get in the Civic on this. That would actually look pretty good. Again, off-roaders, you can get away with brighter colors because you have the contrast with the cladding and the darker wheels, and and again, the off-roaders are kind of more fun, so yeah, you can always kind of get away with it. Just a little bit of a different thing. Man, there is more traffic than ever. Okay, so I think we're finally good to go. Now let's talk about the big benefits of this. V6, naturally aspirated, so you get good old-fashioned NA power that is linear, smooth. That's nice. That's kind of what you want. And on top of having a nice, smooth, linear power band, being an independent suspension unibody vehicle, they're able to give you more cabin space, right? With body and frame, with solid rear axle, that pushes stuff up a bit, so you just don't get as much space. So this just is a very spacious cabin. And then on top of being spacious, you get the suspension comfort with independent suspension. Going over bumps and everything, it is a treat on road. Now off-road independent suspension is nice over like what most people will take this through, gravel roads and everything. It's just when you get the bigger impacts, it's not going to be able to handle it as well as body and frame, more specifically than the suspension. Because if you had a body, I've taken my wife's Sequoia's body and frame, and has independent suspension, and it actually soaks up things pretty darn well. It's the body and frame that helps out more than anything else. And this Elite package gives you a lot of equipment, and it is more expensive than the standard package, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's over 50 grand, so it ain't cheap by any means, but I'd say by the same token, it's also, I don't know, it's not that much more money for, I would say, a few nice features, especially the seats. I like the seats in the baseline, but I think that these seats are definitely a little bit more special feeling. It really does kind of make it feel like a more Range Rover-like in here. And I think it's funny that Honda and Hyundai have both kind of made little Range Rovers, because you've got the new Santa Fe, and then you got this, and this I think blows the Santa Fe out of the water if you're looking for like a boxy crossover, because it's spacious, but it also I think looks better with the proportions and everything. It just works, the styling looks better. Don't have to deal with Hyundai reliability, or rather lack of. And then I think the other really cool thing about this is the fact that it's got a torque converter and not a dual clutch. The Hyundai has a dual clutch, or if you get it with a hybrid, then that's a little bit better, but it's still not great. So I think there's just a lot, and this 10-speed's great. I think there's a lot to love about it. So let me know you guys think about the Elite package, but I think it's in, you know, phone charging pad. It's got a lot of equipment with it, so I think it's probably, I mean, if you don't care about the extra stuff this has, like the 360 camera and everything, then yeah, don't go for it. The baseline's still a really good car, but if you want a few more options, I think it's worth it. And I think this also shows that Acura should have a version of this. And what they should do is take the engine from the Type S, that 3.0 turbo V6, put it in this and make it as an Acura, and I think that'd be a really cool car too. have some crazy power with the off-road looks and package. Yeah, that's fun. Let me know your thoughts.